Welcome to Inspiring Insurance. Our goal is to provide value to the insurance industry through real-life experiences from insurance professionals who have walked the walk. You can expect to hear story sharing, top tips, and practical advice to help you grow and succeed in your career. We hope you enjoy this episode's guest. Welcome back to Inspiring Insurance. This is a bit of our first twilight edition. It's going dark in Brisbane right now, but we're going over to Perth where it's still bright daylight. Today I'm joined by industry professional who's been in the game for the last 18 years. Thanks for joining me, Tanu Arora-Sopori. Hello.
Hello. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you for having me on board and inviting me to talk about my experiences.
You're so welcome. Thanks for joining me. Well, let's get right into it then. So can you give us a bit of a backstory? We'll go all the way back 18 years. How did you fall in the industry? Was it an accident like everyone else? What's the story back then?
Yes, it was an accident like everyone else. It was unplanned. I migrated to Australia and I was looking for a job, as everyone does. Accidentally, I landed into a customer service role with a large insurer, as they were giving gold class movie tickets. So I love watching movies. So I thought, well, I will go for the interview and I'll get movie tickets. Luckily, I got selected, and the insurer that I worked with gave me a first-hand insight of, how insurance tasted in Australia. So yes, that's how it all started. And 18 years later, I haven't looked back.
Amazing. That's so funny. So you fell into the insurance industry over some gold class movie tickets.
It certainly did. That's the funny story that I relate to when I go back 18 years ago.
Yeah. Well, that's not really an accident then. That sounds quite deliberate. And so walk me through the last 18 years. You started off in a customer service style role, and then what have the last 18 years entailed?
So the 18 years were, I would not say they were very smooth. They were smooth and rough both. Over time, I transitioned into some underwriting roles with other insurers pretty quickly within a couple of years. Unfortunately, few of the roles got made redundant and moved to the eastern states. There were some broking roles that didn't fit my style of working, or didn't suit the work environment. So I had to obviously make a decision to let go of them. However, I had a decent experience with one of the larger brokers, and they made me understand the complexities of the insurance and brought me to a level where I had first-hand experience on SMEs and other classes of insurance. I quite enjoyed that role, and I kind of transitioned from underwriting to broking, and then worked with some major brokers as well, one of the large ones, into some senior leadership role that actually gave me a bit more understanding and depth of more complex classes of insurance. And then we started our own business, being an AR of insurance house. Um, we merged with another Fortune advisory group last year, and 18 years later, I'm the principal and the operations manager. And here am I, shaping the future of insurance with integrity.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great story. You've come a long way since, I guess, those gold class movie tickets 18 years ago then. Hey?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's great. What's been one of the most rewarding or memorable moments throughout your career in insurance?
Um, Receiving a lot of recognition and awards have been really rewarding. So I know everyone in the industry does a great job and is perfect in what they do. However, being recognized and rewarded for what you do is actually motivational for you as a broker. And then you see that, you're doing something great for your clients and you're being recognized. And we've been awarded with Broking Firm of the Year. I was a finalist in NEBA Broker of the Year, Young Professional with Vero a couple of years back. So all those awards give me the strength and motivation every day to see and look through that I'm doing something great for my client, and gives me an opportunity to be a better person and a better broker tomorrow.
Yeah, that's so good. Is there a standout award or nomination that like really is the top of the awards for you?
Yes, it was Insurance Business Australia when we won the Small Broking Firm of the Year, 2022.
Amazing.
Um, Breakthrough moment, and obviously after that we have been finalists in a lot of them, and my partner also won the Year of the Year, but that one was, typically outstanding for me because was probably working too hard at that time and didn't even realize that I could win an award. So
Yeah.
the broking firm of the year with small staff was a great achievement when you're a small business and you get recognized on a national level. It means a great deal for you.
Yeah, that's so good. Is there anything that you put winning that award down to? Is there anything that you did inside of the business which you think set you up to win that?
We we made strategies for the market. So we had clients from different sectors of the world. So we clientele is very multicultural, and having strategies in place for them help a lot, including different account managers who can deal with different things, running operations in a different way, or even being bilingual or, knowing languages, because sometimes people who come from different parts of the world do not understand the jargons, they do not understand English is not their first language. And the ability to obviously speak multiple languages and help make a client understand and build their trust in you as a trusted advisor is probably the best way that we could do things. Um, Technology is great. We have lots of online things and computers and AI that can do stuff for us, but I believe that personal touch cannot be replaced by anyone. So
Yes.
that relationship with the client is most important. And I believe that's what always sets us apart, the
Sure.
service that we provide to our clients.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Is there anything that you do or a strategy that you have in place for the business to build on those client relationships?
Yes, we do have a lot of internal strategies. Obviously, we do have parameters and monthly reviews with staff and annual reviews, quarterly reviews, because we take client service very seriously. I mean, it is easy to win business, but it is more costly to win business rather than to retain it. So once you retain a client, they have that trust in you, they will refer you to five more people, which is, then you don't have to spend on your marketing costs. Those are your five referrals already there who have that trust in you because you have done something good for the first one.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
So,
And what
so
does
we
it?
lay, yeah, sorry.
No, you go on.
So we lay a lot of emphasis on servicing the book, wherein every phone call is answered promptly, replied the same day, emails,
Yeah.
and we look after their claims as well. We have a separate claims team, so it's where we, differentiate with the client by providing a good service.
Yeah, great. So service is obviously really, really important to you, which this might be a good flow through into my next question. But in your eyes, what sets a good insurance broker apart from others?
A, a lot of things.
Hmm.
I would say the first thing is staying connected with your clients and understanding them, listening to what they have to say, understanding their business. Um, if you're a good broker, obviously you'll understand their business and what risks to recommend to the clients, right? If there should be empathy. You need to build that trust and credibility with your clients, which is the basic and the most important thing that a good broker should do. Yes, staying up to date with compliance, networking, culture of learning, those are important as well. But the relationship building and your knowledge about your product is the must.
Yeah, sure, sure. And so you transition from underwriting into broking throughout your career. Usually we see the reverse of that happen. Most brokers will want to go into underwriting at some point. How did you find transitioning from the underwriting side of things into broking?
It was easy for me
Mm-hmm.
because I was a very strict underwriter.
Mm-hmm.
When I say strict underwriter, I really enjoyed underwriting. But when I became a broker, obviously I had those interpersonal skills to deal with my clients. But at the same time, I understood what a good submission to an insurer looks like, or what would the insurer want of me. So if I'm submitting a risk to an insurer, what would an insurer ask from me? So having that knowledge made it really easy for me, and it avoided a lot of back and forth with the client. So when they said to me, look, we need this, I could say, look, the underwriter would need this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please give me XYZ? So the submission was always complete to the underwriter, and that avoided a lot of back and forth between the client, the underwriter, and the broker, which causes a lot of frustration sometimes amongst clients. That can cause a lot of delays. And then underwriters are not happy because the submission is incomplete. So obviously their productivity is also,
Mm-hmm.
affected. So it was an easy transition for me, I would say.
Yeah, it sounds really, really valuable, and it's almost sounds like we should encourage people to do that sort of pathway rather than the other way around. Makes it sound like it's easier for everyone.
I would say work in claims if you get a chance, because that really gives you an open insight into a policy wording. If and It's stressful. When I say stressful, claim is a moment of truth, and you have to dive in deep within the policy, walk to the runner. So my recommendation to everyone would be, if you ever get a chance to work in claims, please do so.
Sure, sure. And then go down like the claims underwriting broking pathway for that full holistic kind of approach to insurance.
Yes, I mean, some brokers do run a program, like an internship program, wherein you spend a couple of months in every department. So I would say having that experience in claims and broking really helps.
Yeah,
Um, Even till now, I stay involved in claims.
yeah,
So it just enhances your knowledge.
yeah. Sure, sure, sure. What are some of the common mistakes you see brokerages making when it comes to growing or retaining business?
I would say they don't have clear, defined pathways,
Okay.
career pathways. So when it comes to retaining talent, I think mentorship and peer support is the must.
Mm,
So what I'm seeing is that finding mentorship and guidance, especially in this fast-paced environment, is really difficult. So I know NIBA runs a program. I'm a mentor myself. I do the mentoring work with NIBA most of the years. However, there is really not many people who are willing to step up as mentors. So if you're an experienced person, I would really say that, step up as a mentor, because it will really help the new people who are new to the industry, or who just need some help and guidance with, product knowledge or networking or support.
mm,
It can really do wonders for them. So they should have a clear, defined pathway for anyone who joins the organization. Like, okay, if you're not good in product knowledge, let's train you this way. If you're not good in this, let's do this for you, so that you have a full competent team who can, run everything for you.
sure. And what do you think the impact of that would be for the business?
Business will grow by leaps and bounds. So um, it's something called as cross training as well. So I would say to my client's guide, to he knows how to look up policy wording enough, you know, taught my claims team how to look up a wording and how to look up a transaction, whether it's renewal or endorsement and not. Similar cases, if the claims people are not there, then the other person knows how to look after a claim, or how to lodge them, or how to, so the operations and the business is not interrupted
Yeah.
at all. Because if I say I'm sick, I'm not here, there is someone else who can pick up the queue or the job for them. And it trains your team, um, in everything.
Mm.
So it's a good starting point for them as well in terms of their knowledge, their professional development, and their career progression as well.
Sure, sure. Is there anything or any piece of advice you would have for people who might be new to the industry, starting out in their broking career to set themselves up for success?
Um, I would say stay connected and stay focused.
Mhm.
That would be my advice to them because this industry is just built on trust and relationships, right? So, and continuous learning, obviously. So, as a young professional, your ability to ask questions, speak up, and approach a mentor is important. So, I would suggest to the young people that never be afraid to speak up
Mhm.
and question and challenge the status quo. Why it is like that? Why is it not like this? Why? How can we do think differently? How can we think outside the box? And the relationship that you form with your colleagues, your mentors, your peers are the most important. So technology can come and go, but empathy is the biggest thing, and relationship building is the most advisable thing for people in the industry who are new.
Sure, sure. So important. And then also, it sounds like pairing yourself with a mentor or someone that you can bounce ideas and questions off to further that learning and that development.
Yes, like the big bodies, NEBA and NZIP, they do have a lot of programs available for mentorship. Applications are open every year, so they can be a part of the program and they can pair up with a mentor. Otherwise, you'll find that even in your office, if you have someone who's 20 years more experienced than you, just go and ask them questions. Why is it like that? Can you suggest me a market? Or can I come with you to your client meeting? So I encourage all those sort of things where you bounce ideas off each other and learn from each other because everyone has got something different to learn and give as knowledge.
Sure, sure. And I think also, so the setting your new brokers up for success as well as all around providing the right environment, and culture is obviously a big buzzword that gets thrown around at the moment. But as someone who's a principal and an ops manager of a brokerage, what does a great brokerage culture look like in practice to you?
I would say teamwork.
Mhm.
So delegating authority and making everyone accountable for their own decisions is the best way to go. Um, I've also implemented structured onboarding programs that actually help, wherein
Mm.
obviously you know who is who and what's the role of everyone in the organization. Sometimes people get lost who to go to for help, who to approach for this. So it's very important that we let them know the operational structure, who's responsible for what, and where they can seek assistance or help from.
Mm.
Um, that things is something that obviously helps a lot of people, and navigating compliance and keeping them on top of you know their knowledge and personal development is the best thing to do. So um, yeah, that's the only thing, and keep the environment happy and positive, and facilitate a sharing style of leadership. I would
Mm.
say where
Yeah.
everyone's ideas are welcome, and because everyone has ideas, and no, nothing is foolish.
Sure, sure. We find recruiting for this industry and those junior brokers, one of the things that they're screaming out for is a really tailored and structured training and development plan. Do you have any thoughts on how the industry could be a little bit more successful in setting people up for the beginning of their careers from training and development?
I think there should be a formal onboarding program that should be made for the industry. So it's like a journal that says, look, I mean, some of the AI models, including ours, have structured starting course. Okay, you are starting here. These are the 5 steps you need to do first in order to go to the second one. So I would say if the industry has a a structured program for all new starters, like across the board, nationally, that would set everyone for the same standard of broking.
Sure. Okay.
It's like a journal. I'm not sure who will make that, but
maybe that could be the next step in your career for you. You can write the manual.
maybe write a manual when I retire.
And is there any other pieces of information you could give for anyone who might be going through their insurance career? They might be at a bit of a roadblock on what the next step looks like for them, whether that to go from broker to an AR or a business owner, or someone who might be thinking, oh, I've been in claims for 10 years, I want to maybe try broking or underwriting. Any thoughts on how people can make that pivot?
Look, my 2 cents would be believe in yourself and never give up, because I can say that from my personal experiences, that I believed in myself and I never gave up. So persistence is the key. And if you want to learn something, just keep an open mind. My only suggestion would be this, and just ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions to anyone you know. Sometimes you get insightful knowledge from a person working in a totally different department, or bookkeeping or something. Like I learned something different with Excel today, which was not related to me, but I approached that person and I asked, what is it? And I paid attention, so I learned. So we all have different ideas. I would say just go find a mentor or peer support, and just talk to people, build that network. That will take everyone a long way.
Yeah, amazing. What do you think you'd be doing if you hadn't chose insurance as a career path? Where do you think you'd be now?
Think of anything else now. I won't be good at anything. I love traveling, so I would probably be a travel agent, but I don't know if I would have done a good job.
Yeah, professional traveler. There we go. That'd be good.
I would probably manage myself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This has been really, really fun. I think you've got a great story to share, and thank you so much. The last question I've got for you, it's a bit of a curly one, but what's the most unusual risk you've ever had to insure?
Unusual. I can't think of anything at the moment. You've put me on the spot. Unusual. Oh, I had a digital bank. Not now, but years ago.
Okay.
That was a curly one that I had to find a market because I didn't know what to do or had no idea about it. But eventually I learned. So yes, digital bank.
Digital bank. What did you do? How did you insure the digital bank?
Found an insurer. It was difficult. It took me a couple of weeks, say even a month or so. But eventually I found someone.
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of research and ask the underwriter a lot of questions. Okay, how does this work? What does this mean? So some people just forward the questions to the client, but I actually understood those questions myself before I went back to the client, because I was like, I don't understand this. So I would say that was the most complex one, but it was a really good learning curve.
Yeah, nice. Some persistence, eh?
Persistence, yes.
Well, thank you so much, Tanu. I've really enjoyed having you as this week's Inspiring Insurance guest, and I wish you all the best with everything in the rest of your career.
Thank you, Nathan. Likewise, it was a pleasure to speak to you, and all the best to you as well. And just a quick message that Nathan and his team are really hardworking team. So yeah, they'll look after everyone.
Oh, thank you. That was not a plug, by the way. Thank you, Tanu. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nathan. You have a good one. See ya.